When it comes to G-Shocks, and I do consider myself a G-Shock collector, there's one that's always been very interesting to me, but also one that's kind of eluded me. One that I have wanted, but haven't owned, and it's because, quite honestly, it's been outside of my G-Shock budget for some time. I mean, when we're looking at buying G-Shocks, we're not expecting to pay 799 pounds. That's like just under $1,000 here in the US. And what's worse is this specific G-Shock I'm referring to isn't the easiest to find. So if you're looking to buy one right now at the time of filming, they're going upwards of 2,000 US dollars for a G-Shock. But not just any G-Shock. We're talking about the G-Shock Frogman Royal Navy Limited Edition. I don't know if it's technically limited edition. It's the Royal Navy collaboration. Badass. It is 3:46 p.m. Let's get down to business. Built to accommodate the hostile environments faced by naval personnel at the sea and on land using the carbon core guard structure. This special edition timepiece features design elements inspired by the HMS Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier, one of the largest ships of its kind. The watch is covered with recognizable color palette of red, white, and navy, alongside contrasting light gray, which replicates the ship's hull. I just want to say that I read this from Casio's website, and they misspelled color, recognizable, and gray all wrong. And oh no, it's that they're speaking the Queen's English yet. Jokes aside though, this is one very capable, very big G-Shock. And I don't just mean big as far as the case dimensions, it's also incredibly expensive. The price is big. So let's talk about everything this G-Shock does. Beans! Hold on, I just thought of something. Why do British people eat beans like with everything? Like when I wake up in the morning and I want breakfast, I'm like, okay, I want some bacon and some eggs, maybe some pancakes, and then the Brits are like, oh, what's this then? I say a proper brekkie, isn't it? You need some beans and don't forget the pork blood. We need some bloody pork blood. We call it black pudding, but it's actually pork blood, isn't it? Watch, there's gonna be some butthurt redcoats in the comment section being like, well, at least our schools aren't like a level of Call of Duty. It's not a bloody shooting gallery. Jumping into the specs, this watch is 53 millimeters by 56.7 millimeters when we're looking at the lug to lug, and 19.7 millimeters thick. Okay, so here we go. According to the G-Shock website, you're getting a plus minus 15 second per month accuracy, obviously resin construction when we're looking at the band and a lot of the case, approximately 29-month power reserve if we're looking at full charge with the power saving function on. We're going to talk about that in the pro section. Really cool. You probably won't need to rely on it though because this is solar capable. Countdown timer, dual time, sapphire crystal, shock resistant, carbon core construction, I believe as well. The hollow core guard, solar power, stopwatch function, world time, and of course, all the nautical themed functions that make this Frogman truly a Frogman. You're getting dive time, dive logs, dive location, global tide info. These are things that like your Rolex Deep Sea won't even do. This is very much a truly capable borderline dive computer. The thing is though, with this watch and with those functions, everything down to setting, you're going to be doing a lot of it from the dedicated G-Shock app because this is Bluetooth capable. So again, this is a very competent dive watch, but is it the right G-Shock for you? Well, let's look at the pros and cons. You can decide that yourself. Pros, insane functionality, right? This watch does everything and more. Solar capable. You're getting the atomic timekeeping, which, isn't really a selling point in my opinion, but it's cool that it has it, I suppose. You're getting some really solid construction. It's as robust as can be. Sapphire crystal, love that. Really decent light. There's no backlight, but this watch doesn't have a display, so where would they even put a backlight? And we touched upon this next pro at the beginning, the 29-month power reserve. Insane, right? So if you had this watch on power saving mode on a full charge, you could put this in a shelf for 29 months and you pull it out on the last day, it'll still keep ticking as long as you get it in front of some light. But again, if you wear this or keep this watch by any light source, it will gain power and you don't even need to rely on that 29-month power reserve. But cool nonetheless. Let's go into the cons. First con, offset date window. That was an easy one. Why did they do that? I don't know, kind of pisses me off. We'll move past it. Next con, huge dimensions, okay? This is probably not going to be a G-Shock for casual G-Shock wearers unless you have big wrists. I mean, I have just above 7.5-inch wrists and it's still like pretty dang big on my wrist, but I'm a big dude, I can pull it off. Humble brag. And the next con is kind of a big one that I'm gonna have to explain here, okay? For people who want a menu display on their digital watches, on their G-Shocks, this is not the watch for you because this is not a digital watch, okay? This is fully analog. So unless you know what the subdials mean on this watch, you might not exactly know which mode you are in, and you might not know what button you pressed and what it's doing, right? So let's talk about this for a second. With most G-Shocks, they're kind of plug and play, right? You take the G-Shock out of the tin, you kind of like hold down the adjust button and then you can set it and forget it. It's very much plug and play. With this G-Shock, that's not the case. So you need to either rely on that huge biblical freaking huge manual, or you're going to have to watch a YouTube video on the matter, which is what I did. And I'm going to leave a link in the description below to a very thorough, very concise but thorough walkthrough. This is not really a walkthrough channel. I'll probably make another follow-up episode doing a walkthrough on this watch if you guys so choose. But I'll leave a link to this other smaller channel who did a great job explaining how to get into the minutia of this watch. But here's all you need to know. You're going to need to do most of the settings via the app because that's less intimidating than trying to facilitate it from just the watch when there are no displays. You don't know which menu you're in. It can get intimidating for sure. This is not the casual G-Shock owner's G-Shock, okay? And that's probably the biggest con of all. I think that this watch, you know, sticker shock, right? The price is going to turn people off. The dimensions are going to turn people off. And then if those two things didn't deter people, when some people get it, they're not going to know what to do with it. And so it's not a plug and play G-Shock. I just want to make that one clear. So all in all, is this my favorite G-Shock of all? No, because it's not the Neo Tokyo 6900. Is this the most wearable G-Shock of all? Absolutely not. But is this Frogman one of the coolest G-Shocks of all? Absolutely. It is insane, awesome, and definitely my next dedicated beach watch because I will not have to worry about any sand or any water or anything this watch up because it is a beast. It's a freaking G-Shock Frogman. And there you have it, guys. Let me know what you think about this watch, and I will catch you on the next one. Again, let me know in the comment section if you want me to do a walkthrough of this watch and the app. I will totally do that. I didn't want to do that in this initial review because that would add a lot of time to the review, and people might not watch it if it's too heavily boring. We're not a walkthrough channel, guys. We don't take things that seriously here, but I will do it if you want. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Jory Goodman. At the time telling, always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.